Stop running, start rising. Don't run from the pain. Don't hide from the pressure. Don't wait for the perfect day. There is no perfect day. There's only now. And right now is screaming at you. Wake up. Average people wait for motivation. The greats, they build it. They don't wait to feel good. They show up when they're tired. They show up when they're broken. They show up when no one claps, when no one sees, when no one believes. Because belief starts in here. You don't need the world to validate you. You need to validate yourself. You need to say, I'm not okay with average. I'm not okay with someday. I want now. You don't become a beast by luck. You become a beast by discipline. You don't become unstoppable by chance. You become unstoppable when you stop quitting. Stop folding. Stop crumbling under pressure. Stop letting fear steer the wheel. Fear ain't the enemy, comfort is. See, average people live at 50%. They say, I'll do it tomorrow. They say, it's not my fault. They say, life ain't far. You know what the greats say? So what? So what, my childhood was hard. So what, they doubted me. So what, nobody believed. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. And as long as I breathe, I fight. You think Kobe asked for balance? You think Jordan asked for rest? You think greatness is about feeling good? No, it's about being good even when you feel bad. It's about getting it done even when your body says no. It's about pushing past tired, past doubt, past fear, and doing it anyway. Let me tell you something real. Your dreams don't owe you a thing. You owe them. You owe them your time. You owe them your sweat. You owe them your tears. You owe them your life. Nobody's going to hand you success. Nobody's going to make you unstoppable. You have to become it. Brick by brick, rep by rep, day by day, battle by battle. And the biggest war you'll ever fight ain't out there. It's in your head. It's the war against your excuses, your laziness, your comfort, your fear. You keep saying, I want it. But do you? Do you want it bad enough to suffer for it, to sacrifice for it, to bleed for it? Because that's what greatness asks. And average? Average will let you sleep. Greatness won't. Greatness whispers at 4 a.m. Get up. Write the plan. Take the step. Go again. When everybody else hits snooze, you rise. When everybody else gives in, you rise. When everybody else settles, you rise. You rise because you were born for more. You rise because your story ain't done. You rise because pain built you. You rise because comfort can't hold you. You rise because there's fire in your bones and quitting isn't your language. You keep waiting for permission. Here it is. You don't need any. You've got one life, one shot. And guess what? You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're not too small. You're enough. You just need to stop running and start rising. So what are you going to do with your dash? That little line between your birth and your death. Are you going to waste it? Complain it away? Talk about what could have been? Or are you going to own it? Are you going to rise up and say, this is my moment. This is my season. This is my fight. And I will not lose. Because you either build your dream or die building someone else's. You either choose your legacy or let the world choose it for you. No more fear, no more doubt, no more blame, no more victim. You are not broken, you are becoming. You are not behind, you are loading. You are not done, you are rising. So rise. and don't stop till the world hears your roar. I didn't come this far to be average. I didn't get here by chance. I didn't stumble into this moment. I fought for this, bled for this, sweated for this. When the world slept, I stayed awake. When they doubted me, I kept building. When life said no, I said, watch me. You don't level up by playing it safe. You don't grow by blaming others. You grow by owning it. You rise by taking punches and refusing to fall back down. I didn't come this far to be soft. I didn't come this far to be comfortable. I came to evolve. I came to dominate. I came to change the story. And yeah, it hurts. You think I don't get tired? You think I don't get frustrated? You think I don't have days where quitting sounds easier than continuing? Let me tell you something real. Every champion you admire, every name you write down as great, they've all been where you are. Exhausted, broke, unseen, but they didn't fold. They executed. Execution is the separator, not potential, not talent. Execution. While most wait to feel ready, the elite move when it's hard. They move when it's ugly. They move when their legs shake and their hearts break. They move because they know that the vision is worth more than the pain. The goal is bigger than the comfort. I'm not here to make excuses. I'm not here to stay stuck. I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm here to make my mark. I'm here to show that I am built different. You want to win? You better stop talking and start showing. You better stop scrolling and start grinding. You better stop posting and start producing. You better stop begging for motivation and become your own fire. You keep saying you want to win, but do you? Do you really want it bad enough to sacrifice sleep, to put the phone down, to walk alone, to be misunderstood? Because that's the price. The price of greatness is paid in silence. It's paid in dark mornings, in lonely reps, in saying no when the crowd says yes. And you better believe it ain't fair, but that's the point. It was never supposed to be fair. It was supposed to forge you. So stop crying for fairness and start training for dominance. Stop whining and start winning. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody's coming to save you. You are the rescue. You want the throne? Then fight like a king. You want the crown? Then bleed like royalty. You want to be remembered? Then do the things most people forget how to do. Work, hurt, grind, repeat. One day at a time, one rep at a time, one battle at a time. Build the habits, stack the wins. Build your name with brick and fire. And here's the truth. No matter how many times you fall, no matter how loud the noise, no matter how heavy the load, you're still in the game, you're still breathing, you're still standing. So what now? Now you rise. Now you reclaim your name. Now you decide, once and for all, that you're done being average. You're done explaining your potential. You're done waiting on permission. You're done living life small. You didn't come this far to be forgotten. You didn't come this far to give up. You didn't survive what you survived to just exist. You came to dominate. So get up. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself the truth. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not blaming anymore. I'm not hoping anymore. I'm taking it. Because this is your moment. This is your season. This is your time to break through. And you're going to do it. Not because it's easy, but because you were born for this. So don't talk, don't beg, don't ask. Just rise. You are built for more. You don't just wake up successful. You don't just stumble into greatness. You build it. You earn it. One painful, lonely, disciplined day at a time. Everybody wants the reward. But who's willing to suffer for it? Let me be real with you. If you don't know what you want, then you haven't really started living yet. You're just moving, breathing, existing, but not living. You have to find something within, not a goal on paper, not a number on a scale, not a dollar amount, something deeper, something that moves you, something that wakes you up before the alarm and keeps you grinding after the world has gone quiet. You need a reason that's bigger than your mood, bigger than your problems, bigger than your excuses. Because when you find your why, you stop hitting snooze, you stop blaming people, you stop playing small, you start grinding, you start evolving, you start becoming who you were born to be. Nobody's coming to hand you success. Nobody's coming to rescue you from your struggle. That's your job. And you've got two choices. Sit there and let life beat you down, or stand up and start swinging. Stop saying you can't. Stop saying you don't have time. Stop saying it's not your fault. I'll tell you what happens when you keep saying it's not your fault. You give away your power, you give away your control, and you hand the pen over to someone else to write your story.
Take it back. Write your own story. Own your life. Own your failures. Own your scars. And then get up and do something about it. You've got more power than you know. You've got more fight in you than you've ever used. You've got more to give, and deep down, you know it. But you can't just wish for it. You can't just post about it. You have to become it. Become the person who shows up anyway, who works when it's hard, who studies when it's boring, who trains when it's painful, who keeps going when no one's watching and no one's clapping. Because one day the claps will come, the lights will come, but not if you quit. Not if you keep hiding from the work. You want to win? You have to grind when it's ugly. You have to believe when it's dark. You have to show up when you're tired, broken, angry, and ready to quit. This is not about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than you were yesterday. Every damn day. There's no finish line to greatness, just checkpoints. And at every checkpoint, the question is the same. Are you still hungry? Because your talent isn't what's going to take you there. Your will is. Your discipline is. Your refusal to settle is. You think the greats got there by luck. You think they just had the right connections. Number. They bled for it. They hurt for it. They failed for it. And then they got back up. You're not tired. You're untapped. You're not done. You're distracted. You're not broken. You're becoming. So get out of your own way. Put your phone down. Kill the noise. And do the work. Because deep down, you know you weren't made to be average. You weren't built to coast. You weren't designed for mediocrity. You were built for more. For war. For glory. For legacy. So walk into it. Own your scars. Let the pain shape you. Let the doubt fuel you. Let the fire inside burn hotter than the fear outside. Because one day soon, they're going to look at you and say, "How did they do it?" And you'll know the truth. You didn't wait. You didn't beg. You didn't break. You just decided, "I will. I must. I am." You owe you. You're not tired. You're just uncommitted. You're not broken. You've just been playing small for too long. You've convinced yourself that being average is safe. But let me tell you something loud and clear. Average is dangerous. It steals your potential. It numbs your drive. It tricks you into thinking you've got time. But you don't. You've got right now. Stop waiting. Stop hoping. Stop blaming. You keep saying, "I don't have time." But you've got time to scroll. You've got time to gossip. You've got time to doubt yourself and replay the past. What you don't have is time to waste. So let me ask you this. Do you want it or not. Because real ones don't need hype. They don't need a crowd. They don't need motivation handed to them on a plate. They wake up and go get it. You think winners don't feel pain? You think they don't doubt themselves? You think they don't feel fear? They feel all of it, but they move through it. They don't wait for permission. They create moments. So why not you? Why not today? Look in the mirror and tell the truth. You owe you. Not your boss, not your parents, not your coach, not your followers. You owe you. You owe yourself discipline. You owe yourself effort. You owe yourself consistency. Stop letting circumstances write your story. Stop letting setbacks define your ceiling. And for once in your life, finish something. Not when it's fun, not when it's easy, but when it hurts, when it's quiet, when no one's watching. That's how greatness is born. Not in noise, but in silence. Not in the crowd, but in the trenches. Not when you're confident, but when you're scared and you show up anyway. Let them sleep, let them doubt, let them laugh. But you build. 1 rep at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 decision at a time. And when they ask how you made it, you tell them, I got tired of breaking promises to myself. I got tired of losing to laziness. I stopped blaming the world, and I started becoming the one who changes it. This is your moment. This is your chapter. This is your time. Now go take what's yours. No more average. You say you want success, but every time life throws something at you, you fold. You talk big. You post quotes. You shout about goals. But when it's time to bleed for it, you ghost. Let me tell you something. You don't get success by dreaming about it. You earn it by suffering for it. You say you're tired? You're not tired. You're just tired of trying without results. You're just frustrated that your life doesn't look like your dreams. But you haven't built the bridge between the two. That bridge is called work, and it's unpaid, unnoticed, and unforgiving. You keep hoping the grind will feel good. Let me crush that lie now. The grind won't feel good, but it will grow you. It will strip you of your excuses, and it will show you exactly who you are. Are you someone who quits when it gets hard? Or are you someone who rises when it's hell? That's where the difference is made. Not on Monday mornings when you're pumped, but on Wednesdays when your soul is sore and your goals feel far away. You can't keep doing what's comfortable and expect change. You can't live on the edge of discipline and expect to be elite. You don't get to wish for greatness and run from the pain that creates it. Look in the mirror. That's your competition. Not your friends, not your boss, not the algorithm. You versus yesterday. You versus your distractions. You versus your doubt. Stop trying to outshine people. Start outworking them. Because at the end of the day, your name won't be remembered for what you said. It'll be remembered for what you did when nobody clapped, when nobody cared. That's where champions are born. In the silence, in the dark, in the repetition that nobody sees. You don't need more motivation. You need a decision. A line drawn in the sand where you say, I'm done settling. I'm done blaming. I'm done being average. You were not built to be almost. You were not born to be forgotten. You were not designed to be comfortable. You were built for more. And if you're not living like it, that's on you. Get up earlier. Train harder. Study longer. Show up better. You don't need a new year. You don't need a new week. You need a new mindset. One that doesn't break under pressure. One that doesn't need applause. One that shows up when it's cold, when it's boring, when it hurts. Stop chasing the highlight reel. Start filming the behind the scenes nobody else is willing to grind through. You keep saying you're not lucky. You don't need luck. You need grit. You need discipline. You need ownership. And I'll say it again. You owe you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to give you a shortcut. This is your life. This is your time. This is your fight. Now stop hoping. Stop hesitating. Stop hiding. And go build the life you say you want. You don't get points for almost full 5,000 character speech, structured for flow and pacing. You keep showing up just enough to say you showed up. You do just enough to say you tried. You give 70%, then wonder why you're not standing at the top. Let me be real with you. You don't get points for almost. You don't get trophies for I gave it a shot. This world doesn't pay you in potential. It pays you in results. Every time you say I'm grinding, but you hit snooze. Every time you say I'm all in, but you skip the reps, you're lying to yourself. And the only one paying the price is you. I don't care if you're talented. I don't care if you're gifted. If you can't finish, you're just noise. Champions don't care how they feel. They don't care if it's raining. They don't care if they're tired. They show up and dominate. Not when it's convenient. Not when there's applause, but when it's lonely. When it's brutal. When there's no guarantee of victory. That's the difference. You keep talking like you want it, but your life doesn't match your mouth. You say discipline, but you live excuses. You say focus, but you scroll for hours. You say success, but your effort screams comfort. Let me say it again so it sticks. You don't get points for almost. You want to win? You want to dominate? Then stop being okay with average. This is your life. This is your race. And whether you finish first or fall short, it's all on you. There's a version of you that's unstoppable. But you haven't become that person yet. Why? Because you're still negotiating with weakness. Still letting feelings make your decisions. Still living like tomorrow is promised. Let me break it down. There are two yous inside of you. The one who's comfortable, and the one who's capable. The one who complains, and the one who conquers. The one who wants it when it's easy, and the one who becomes it when it's hell. So who are you feeding? Who are you listening to? Because only one of them can win. You keep talking about wanting a better life. But do you even know what it costs? It costs your comfort. It costs your excuses. It costs your past habits. It costs that lazy, entitled version of you that wants rewards without the grind. And most of all, it costs your ability to walk away when it gets tough. Champions don't walk away. They burn the ships. They say, this is it. I don't go back. I don't retreat. I evolve. No plan B. No backup route. No safety net. Just grit. Just grind. Just relentless execution. You want a legacy? Then build it in silence. When no one's clapping. When no one's watching. When the only one holding you accountable is you. No spotlight. No approval. Just work. The kind of work that doesn't care about feelings. The kind of work that shows up when you don't want to. The kind of work that makes winners undeniable. So listen to me, and listen hard. You don't get points for almost. You don't get remembered for starting. You get remembered for finishing. So stop being the person who almost made it. Stop being the person who almost changed. Stop being the person who almost became great. There's no reward for 80%. No legacy built on half effort. No respect given to good enough. The world's not waiting for you. The clock is ticking, and every second you hesitate is a second someone else is grinding, learning, building. So decide right now. Not tomorrow. Not Monday. Not when I feel ready. Now. Draw your line in the sand and tell yourself, I'm done playing soft. I'm done chasing comfort. I don't want to be remembered for what I started. I want to be remembered for what I finished. Because you owe yourself more, and you don't get points for almost. Dominate in the dark. You want to know who wins? It's not the one with the most talent, not the one with the loudest voice, not the one who shines when the lights are on. It's the one who dominates in the dark, the one who trains when nobody's watching, the one who keeps swinging when there's no crowd to clap for him. The one who shows up, not for validation, but because showing up is who they are. Listen to me. Every single one of you wants the results, the car, the career, the applause, the life. But most of you don't want to pay the price. You don't become elite by accident. You don't reach your potential on convenience. You become elite by making your standards stronger than your feelings. 1, 2, 3 discipline. Say it again. 1, 2, 3 discipline. That's what it takes. You don't need a mood. You need a standard. I get up at 3 a.m. Not because I feel like it, but because it's required. When the rest of the world is asleep, I'm up. When y'all are just rolling out of bed at 8, I've already had a battle with my excuses, and I won. That's why I dominate. Not in the light, but in the dark. You think greatness starts when people start clapping? Number. It starts in the silence, in the pain, in the lonely mornings. In the gym when your body's screaming stop, and your mind says one more. Let me ask you something. What's your standard? What do you refuse to negotiate? Because if you don't have non-negotiables, life's gonna punk you every time. I don't drink, I don't cheat, I don't miss. You feel me? That's not about being perfect, it's about being principled. You don't accidentally build legacy, you choose it, you bleed for it. Most of y'all out here got talent, but no consistency. Potential, but no purpose. Desire, but no discipline. Let me break it down real simple. Your talent means nothing if you can't finish. Your potential is useless if you won't show up when it hurts. And don't tell me about how hard your life is. We all got something. But the champions, they turn that pain into power. You see me today? I'm not here because I was born with a silver spoon. I'm here because I decided to change the story. I broke generational cycles with daily decisions. You hear me? My father dropped out. I got a GED, then a bachelor's, then a master's, then a PhD. I wasn't smart. I was committed. I said, the pain stops with me. No more poverty. No more broken homes. No more excuses. So what's your excuse? You don't need 100 options. You need one decision, and that decision is, I will dominate. I will not be outworked. Not today, not ever. Michael Jordan didn't care where the game was. Utah, Chicago, Mars. It didn't matter. He was going to dominate. Because domination is not a location, it's a mindset. And some of y'all think you can flip the switch when the lights come on. Nah. If you didn't train like a killer in the dark, you ain't winning under the lights. Champions are made when the gym is empty, when the reps are quiet, when the grind is gruesome. So hear me clearly. You can fake it online. You can talk loud. You can look the part. But when the pressure hits, when life smacks you in the face, only the real ones will stand. And real ones, they don't rise to the occasion. They fall to their standard. So what's your standard? What's your no matter what commitment? Mine is 3 a.m. Mine is God first. Mine is honoring my wife, my family, my calling, every single day. Not when it's trending. Not when it's easy. Every single day. Let me give it to you straight. Just because you're here doesn't mean you'll stay here. Just because you've won before doesn't mean you'll keep winning. If you don't evolve, you dissolve. You don't keep success. You earn it again and again and again. So what's it going to be? You gonna keep chasing comfort? You gonna keep giving 70% and calling it effort? Or you gonna make that decision that changes everything. The decision that says, I don't skip steps. I don't cut corners. I don't fold under pressure. I dominate. Day after day. In the light. In the dark. Rain. Pain. Doesn't matter. Because I have a standard. And that standard, it won't let me quit. You're sitting here right now, thinking you're ready. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. Most of you ain't ready. You've got dreams, but they're buried under excuses. You've got potential, but it's locked away, and the key is buried somewhere deep inside. At some point, you've got to stop waiting for something to change and go after it yourself. You've got to take the life out of it. You've got to seize it by the throat and make it yours. Let me tell you something. When I was working for my degree, it took me 12 years. And when I finished my master's, someone told me, why not go for your PhD? And you know what? I hesitated. But I didn't stop. Because I understood one thing. Success is not given. It's earned. You want it? You go take it. You don't sit around waiting for someone to hand you a degree, a job, a title. You go get it. Whatever stands in your way, get rid of it. If you're scared of math, then go face it. If you're scared of the work, then dive right into it. Don't run from it. You knock on those doors. You fight for your place at the table. You ask for that scholarship. You write the letters. You don't wait for somebody to do it for you. Success is a choice. It's a decision you make every single day. And when you decide, you don't stop. You don't stop when it gets hard, and you don't stop when you think you've done enough. That's when most people quit, right? But not you. Not if you're serious. Because success, it's not just about skills, it's about stamina. It's about the sweat, the blood, and the tears. There's no magic shortcut. Stop looking for one. Some of y'all think that just because you're talented, you're gonna make it. Nah. Talent doesn't mean anything if you can't back it up with consistent effort. And effort, it's about showing up every day. When it's hard, when it's painful. It's about getting up earlier and staying up later. About executing when everyone else is still sleeping. And that's why I speak with so much passion. I'm not talking about theory. I'm not talking about what I read in a book. This is my life. No excuses. I don't care what you're going through. If you woke up this morning, you're still in the game. If you're still breathing, you can make it happen. Stop making excuses. You don't think you can. I'm telling you right now, you can. But it starts with your routine. It starts with showing up every day, doing the work, and never quitting. Most of y'all have spent your lives doing what others want. You're living their dream, not yours. And you're not even doing it right. You're doing it half-heartedly because it's not your dream. It's time to get selfish. Find out what you want. What do you want in your marriage? Your health? Your finances? Stop waking up like it's an accident. What do you really want? And when you find that, go after it. Every single day. I made a decision. Enough is enough. I'm tired of being average. I'm tired of letting life pass me by. And I made a promise to myself. This is my time. I will do whatever it takes. When you graduate, you step into the real world. You want to get paid? You never say no. You never say, it can't be done. Don't even think it. You say it can get done. Even if you don't believe it, say it and work like it. You never say, I can't. There's no room for laziness. If you don't have the grades, you don't have the time for anything else. No more TV, no more parties. Get focused. This is your time. You've got to grind. When you commit to something, you commit fully. You give it everything you've got. Don't half-ass it. Nobody can do it like you can, but only if you do it. Stop talking. Stop dreaming. Start doing. Don't let sleep hold you back. Don't let distractions pull you away from your greatness. When you wake up, make it count every single day. You are one decision away from changing everything. So what's it going to be? What are you waiting for? Go after it or go home. You've been told that you have the potential, but potential alone won't get you anywhere. Potential is just a fancy word for almost. You know what almost means? It means you're not there yet. It means you're still waiting for the world to give you something. But I'm here to tell you the truth. You're not getting anything unless you go out and take it. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There's no such thing. You want to be a millionaire? You want to be a top performer? You want to be the best? Good. Now ask yourself this. Do your actions align with your dreams? Or are you still prioritizing comfort? Are you sleeping more than you're grinding? Are you spending more time consuming than producing? You want success? You need to work harder, think smarter, and stop making excuses. Most people don't understand the value of their time. Time is your most precious asset. Rich people get that. They don't waste time watching TV, scrolling through social media, or indulging in entertainment that adds zero value to their lives. They invest their time into their craft, getting better every single day. What are you doing with your time? What are you doing to become great? You've got demands. I've got demands. We all have demands, but what separates the winners from the losers is how we handle those demands. Are you letting others take your energy and time, or are you investing it into becoming the person you were born to be? You've got to stop being average. You've got to get selfish with your time. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you want to accomplish, not what others expect from you. That's where the real power is. I get it. You've been told that success is easy, but let me tell you something. Success isn't a gift, it's earned. It's the result of showing up every day, grinding every day, pushing through the pain every single day. You can't fake it. You can't half-ass your way to the top. If you're not fully committed, you're wasting your time. Every day you wake up, it's a chance to get better. You're in control. You don't have to be a victim of your circumstances. The only thing holding you back is your mindset. You've got to switch from being a victim to being a victor. Stop blaming others. Stop making excuses. Your life is your responsibility, and if you're not where you want to be, it's because of the decisions you've made. It's because of the choices you've avoided. You've been distracted, held back by fear, by doubt, by the opinions of others. You've been letting them control your journey. But here's the thing. You're not going to make it if you keep looking outside for validation. You've got to look inside. You've got to take a long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing to get closer to my goals today? If you're not making progress, it's time to change your approach. It's time to stop blaming the world and start taking responsibility for your actions. The hardest thing you'll ever do is look yourself in the eye and tell yourself, I'm sorry. Apologize for all the wasted time, for all the excuses, for all the moments you let slip by. Apologize for the days you didn't show up, the days you chose comfort over progress, the days you allowed fear to keep you from moving forward. You owe yourself an apology, and you owe yourself change. But change only happens when you take full responsibility for your life and your choices. The outside world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody owes you success. You have to fight for it. You have to earn it every day. And let me tell you something. Comparison is your biggest enemy. Stop looking at other people's journeys. You don't know what they've been through, what they've sacrificed, or how hard they've fought. You're only seeing the result, not the struggle. Focus on your own path. Your race is yours to run. Your story is yours to write. Stop comparing yourself to others and start competing with the best version of yourself. You have the power. You have the ability, but it's not going to be handed to you. The world won't just give you what you want. You've got to take it. Every day, every hour, every minute, you have to decide, am I going to work? Am I going to push through the discomfort? Am I going to give it everything I've got? The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful isn't talent. It's not about being smarter or luckier. It's about who's willing to outwork everyone else. Who's willing to do the things that others won't. Who's willing to wake up earlier, stay up later, sacrifice comfort for progress. You have to be willing to do what others won't, and you have to be willing to do it every single day, relentlessly, without hesitation. Your time is now. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop asking for permission. Go after what you want with everything you've got. Go after it like your life depends on it, because it does. Every decision you make today shapes your tomorrow. Make it count. You've heard it all before, right? That you have potential. Everyone tells you that you're capable of great things. But let's be real for a second. Potential alone won't get you anywhere. It's just a fancy word for almost. And you know what almost means? It means you're not there yet. You're still waiting. You're waiting for the world to hand you something, for the perfect moment, the right situation. But I'm here to tell you the truth. Nothing's going to come to you unless you go out and take it. You don't need permission. You don't need to wait for the stars to align. There is no perfect time, and that's the truth. The time is now. So stop comparing yourself to others. The people you admire, the ones you look up to, they've been through their own struggles. They've fought their own battles. And guess what? They weren't waiting for someone to tell them they could do it. They didn't wait for the perfect moment. They just kept pushing. And you've got greatness in you. The world doesn't define your greatness. You do. It's not about your background, your circumstances, or your environment. You're the one that holds the key to your future. You want to be the best? You want to rise above the noise and the struggle? You want success? Then stop making excuses and start looking at yourself in the mirror. The truth is, the only thing standing between you and success is you. I get it. Life isn't easy. You've had obstacles. Your journey wasn't handed to you on a silver platter. You had everything against you. But here's the kicker. The greatest enemy in your way wasn't the world. It wasn't the people who tried to hold you back. It was you. And that's not a bad thing. That's the first step to realizing your power. You are your greatest asset. No one can take that from you. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how many times you've been knocked down. What matters is whether you choose to get back up, stronger than before. When you're ready to start, when you make that commitment to go all in, the world will test you. There will be storms. There will be distractions. People will tell you to give up. But you've got to push through. You've got to keep rowing, even when the winds are against you. No matter what, you have to stay disciplined. You have to control your mind, and you have to make that commitment to never stop, no matter what. The reality is this: pain is a part of the process. Everyone goes through pain. The difference is how you handle it. Will that pain become your tombstone, your excuse for not achieving greatness? Or will it become your scar, your story of overcoming the odds? Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. Get the reward for your pain. Don't let it destroy you. Let it build you. And this is where you have to make the most important choice of all. Before you check off any boxes, before you chase any title or label, check yourself first. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I doing to become the best version of myself today? Stop following others. Stop trying to be someone else. You are your own lottery ticket. You're the one who decides your worth. If you don't know what makes you come alive, find it. Find the thing that fuels your fire, that wakes you up in the morning with purpose. Stop letting other people's goals dictate your path. Discover your own North Star, and go after it every single day. Don't wait for someone to tell you how to live your life. You have everything you need within you to build the life you want. It's time to stop playing small. You've got to step up. You've got to invest in yourself. Stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to be great. Stop waiting for validation. The world isn't going to hand you success. You have to take it. The most successful people didn't just get there because they were lucky. They got there because they outworked everyone else. They were willing to make sacrifices others wouldn't. They were willing to wake up earlier, stay up later, and grind when others quit. And they did it day in and day out, relentlessly. So, what are you going to do? Your time is now. You have what it takes to succeed. But it starts with you. It starts with you investing in yourself. It starts with you choosing to never stop pushing forward. So get to work. Go after your dreams with everything you've got. Make every decision today count, because your tomorrow starts with what you do right now. I used to think time was my greatest gift, that as long as I had more time, I had more chances. But then life hit me, and it hit hard. Not with tragedy, not with loss, but with truth. The kind of truth that shakes your soul. The truth that says, you're not doing enough. You're playing small. You're wasting time. And I remember the day it all changed. The day everything inside me cracked open. It wasn't a grand moment. It wasn't fireworks or spotlights or some movie montage. It was just silence and the sound of my own breath. I looked in the mirror, and for the first time, I didn't recognize the person staring back at me. Because what I saw wasn't weak. It wasn't broken. But it wasn't fulfilled. I realized I'd been living in survival mode, just getting through the day. Just doing enough to stay afloat, but never building anything that would last. Never chasing what truly mattered. I was showing up for everyone except myself. And that's when the voice came. Not a whisper, not an echo, but a clear, deep voice from within. You're running out of time. And it shook me, because I had dreams once. I had things I said I would do. Things I promised my younger self I'd become. I remember being 18, full of fire and vision. I said I'd travel. I said I'd build a business. I said I'd write that book. But what did I do? I traded those promises for comfort, for fear, for distractions. And I kept telling myself, next year. When things slow down, when I have more money, when I feel ready. But guess what? There's no such thing as ready. There's no such thing as the perfect moment. The only thing that's real is right now. So I made a decision. Not a wish, not a goal, a decision. To stop blaming my circumstances. To stop waiting for validation. To stop asking for permission to be great. I looked at my life and I asked, what legacy am I leaving behind? Because one day someone's going to speak my name, and the only question is, will they remember me for what I started or for what I finished? That's responsibility. Not just paying the bills. Not just being reliable, but being relentless about the life you were meant to live. You don't get to clock out on your calling. You don't get to skip out on the hard parts. You don't get to delay purpose. There are people connected to your name that you haven't even met yet. There are lives waiting to be inspired by your breakthrough. But none of that happens unless you show up. And yes, it's hard. It's hard to be the first one in your family to break the cycle. It's hard to heal when everyone else around you is still hurting. It's hard to stay disciplined when no one is watching. But do it anyway. Be the one who didn't quit. Be the one who made it out. Be the one who rose up when everyone else gave up. You want to know what true power looks like? It's not in how loud you speak. It's not in how many followers you have. It's in what you do when nobody's clapping for you. It's in what you build in silence. Every early morning you wake up and grind. Every late night you stay studying. every time you say no to distractions. That's what shapes you, so don't ask life to be easier. Ask to be stronger. Don't pray for opportunities. Prepare for them. Don't hope someone sees your worth. Prove it to yourself first. Because one day, your child, or your younger sibling, or your future self is going to look you in the eyes and ask, did you do everything you could with the time you were given? And what will your answer be? Let it be, yes. I showed up. I grew. I gave it everything. You don't get to redo this life, but you do get to rewrite the ending. So make this the season where you get serious. Make this the season where you stop running. Make this the season where you say, I'm done playing small. Because when you finally decide that your purpose matters more than your excuses, that your future matters more than your fears, that your legacy matters more than your comfort, that's when everything changes. You've got one shot, and it's now. There's something you need to understand. And I mean really understand. Nobody's coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your mentor, not your boss, not your heroes. This is your life. And no one's going to fight for it harder than you. You've been waiting. Waiting for motivation. Waiting for inspiration. Waiting for the right mood, the right time, the perfect alignment of stars. But the truth is, while you're waiting, someone else is working. Someone else is waking up earlier than you, staying up later, grinding when it's boring, pushing when it's hard, and winning while you're just talking. Let me ask you something. How bad do you want it? Because the level of grind you're putting in right now, that's the real measure of your desire. It's not what you post. It's not what you say. It's what you do when no one's watching. You say you want to be great? Good. Then prepare to suffer. Because greatness doesn't come with comfort. You think champions live easy lives? You think they don't wake up some days full of doubt, exhausted, ready to give up? They do. But the difference is, they don't listen to those feelings. They act anyway. Discipline beats motivation. Always. You say you've got dreams? That's cute. Dreams are cheap. What are you doing about them? Because dreams without execution are just hallucinations. You say you're not where you want to be. That's okay. But here's what's not okay. Staying there. It's time to stop blaming the system. It's time to stop blaming your childhood. It's time to stop blaming what they did to you, what they said about you, what you didn't get. You want to change your life? Then change it. Change your attitude, change your habits, change your circle. Because some of you are still hanging around people who don't see your vision. And guess what? That's poison. They don't believe in your grind. They don't believe in your goal. They're pulling you down while you're trying to climb. Cut them off. I don't care if it's your best friend or your cousin or your homie from back in the day. If they don't push you forward, they don't belong in your future. You've got to start aligning your life with your purpose. You've got to wake up every day with a fire inside you that says, I'm not done. That says, I'm not leaving this earth without becoming who I'm meant to be. You've got to go all in. Halfway won't cut it. Part-time effort won't produce full-time results. If you want to be successful, if you want to be respected, if you want to be remembered, you've got to stop playing small. You've got to be obsessed. Eat the dream, sleep the dream, breathe the dream. When you're tired, you keep going. When you're broke, you keep going. When nobody claps for you, you keep going. Because this isn't about applause, it's about legacy. Ask yourself right now, what's my legacy? Will they say you were average? Will they say you settled? Will they say you were almost something? Or will they say you were unstoppable? That you showed up? That you gave everything? That you made them believe anything was possible because you lived it? You don't get this time back. Every second you waste is a second you'll never see again. The clock's ticking, your opportunity is shrinking, and every excuse you make becomes a brick in the wall between you and your purpose. So build something else. Build discipline. Build resilience. Build a life worth remembering. You think you've got time? No, you've got now. You think someone's going to hand it to you? No, you take it. You think people will understand your journey? No, they won't. They're not supposed to. Because it's yours. This is your story. And you decide how it ends. So get up. Right now. Get serious. Get focused. Get relentless. The old you, that version's done. From now on, you walk like you're on a mission. You grind like your life depends on it. You act like there's no plan B, because there isn't. This is your moment. This is your chapter. Write it in fire. Write it in sweat. Write it in everything you've got. Because you've got one shot. And it's now. One shot, and it's now. You've got one shot at this thing called life, not a rehearsal, not a test run. One shot. And every second you waste pretending like tomorrow is guaranteed is a second you'll never get back. You've been told to be patient, to wait your turn, to stay in line. But let me tell you something they won't. There is no perfect time. There is no green light. There is no moment where everything feels just right. There's only now. And what you do with it is what separates the ones who make it from the ones who almost did. You say you want it. You say you're hungry. But do your habits reflect that hunger? Do your actions scream that you're obsessed with your future? Or are you just whispering about it when it's convenient? See, we live in a world full of talkers. A world full of someday. Full of almost. But almost doesn't count. Almost doesn't leave a legacy. Almost doesn't feed your family. Almost doesn't make history. Nobody cares how close you got. They only remember what you did. Let's get real. Life is not going to hand you your dream just because you said you wanted it. You're going to have to fight for it. Bleed for it. Sacrifice for it. You're going to have to show up on the days when you feel like quitting. On the days when the world doubts you. On the days when even you doubt you. You've got to show up anyway. Because discipline is louder than doubt. Consistency is louder than talent. And heart? Heart is what separates the average from the elite. And don't get it twisted. Nobody's coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your coach, not your friends. This is your journey, your race, your fight. So stop waiting for support. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for motivation to magically appear. Start moving. When it's cold, move. When it's hard, move. When nobody believes in you, move. Because movement creates momentum, and momentum is what builds champions. You don't need 100 opportunities. You need one shot, one chance, one opening that you were ready for because you never stopped grinding. Never stopped believing. Never stopped working. Let them sleep. Let them doubt. Let them talk. While they're distracted, you build. While they're scrolling, you study. While they're relaxing, you rise. Because your future is built in silence. It's built in discipline. It's built in the dark, when nobody's clapping, when nobody's watching, when nobody even believes in you but you. That's when it counts. Let me ask you something. What if you never get this moment back? What if this right here, this version of you, is your last shot to go all in? Are you really going to let it slip away because it's hard? Because it's uncomfortable? Because it hurts? Number you fight through that. You rise through that. Because comfort is a liar. It whispers sweet lies and leaves you empty. But struggle builds strength. Struggle builds pride. Struggle builds warriors. You say you want to be great. That's cute. But wanting it is not enough. Everybody wants to be great until it's time to do what greatness requires. You don't become elite on accident. You don't build a legacy with part-time effort. You don't become unforgettable by being comfortable. You've got to go deeper. You've got to work when you're tired. You've got to show up when it's hard. You've got to become obsessed with the process, not just the prize.